I was part of this workshop last week, and I'm so much acting. I'm like, yeah, all this stuff. I signed up for the workshop and I signed up for acting, right? But I got put on as a director. And I was like, how did I get put? Because, people in that space know I do acting, right? And I was like, I wonder how I got chosen to do directing. But for me, when things happen like that, I'm like, okay, like I'll take on the challenge, right? What I didn't realize was I 100% love directing.
Oh, really?
Oh my gosh. Like,
What was it?
I think it's because when you're an actor yourself and you direct, you know how to really connect with the actors, how to get them safely into spaces, how to help them get into that emotion and most importantly to connect with each other where it looks real when if it's read real when you're watching it. And it was a aha moment for me because from that workshop I was like, I'm gonna start learning the craft of directing. I'm still gonna be involved heavily in acting, but I think it was just little opportunities like that, right? Like let's just say if you're a writer, how about get put in the seat of a producer? See how you like that. And that from that workshop really inspired me to like really look. I'm gonna start looking into directing, producing, and writing, because it's like, who said I have to just stick to acting? Because man, I honestly my cup was so full after that workshop. I really really loved just that, and it's not more so the sense of oh I'm the director. It was more sense of working one on one with the actors, really guiding them and helping them because from experience with some actors, I mean from directors, sometimes you're like you try and understand where they're coming from when they direct, but it's like it's a different kind of directing when an actor directs you because they get it, right? And it's just like, man, if I could step into that seat, really owning into this craft, and I'm helping the next generation, it would be easy for me to connect with our people. You know what I mean? Like in a safe way. Because I've heard so many crazy stories about, directors, producers, and all of that kind of stuff. But for me, it's like, right, Diamond, that's a responsibility for you. Like, let's learn this. So if you ever, one day, I would love to make my own project, and I bring all these creatives, which will be our people. I want to make sure they're looked after properly, especially when we're on set, and that they're that I know how to get them there safely and get them out of that character safely, if that makes any kind of
Yeah,
sense.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I'm 100% looking into directing now.
Now that's cool because
Yeah.
you know how I say we need more writers.
Yeah.
See that's kind of the space you can get into, like creating the whole project now. Now you can be the storyteller rather than giving the message of the story.
Yeah. And like I said, it was not until doing that workshop that if I didn't do it, it wouldn't make me think of directing, writing, and producing. Like now I'm like, okay, we're going to really get into this craft, learn it, and see where it takes me and it takes us, as a community. So yeah.
So what's the next step then for you then? If it's directing, if you jumped in this workshop, your experience being a director, now what? Do you just say, "Oh, I'm a director now. What's my next job?" Or how does that work?
So, because naturally I'm a writer,
Right.
because my music background. Um,
Yes.
I naturally write. Things come to me like if I put on an instrumental, words come to me very fast, right? So touching base on that directing, it really made me like because I've always wanted to do this project and it's based on a true story. And I was like, why am I waiting for people to do this? So I've been writing actually. I definitely want to create this future film. But for me, it's like I know the conversation that I'm having with God is He just really wants me to educate myself in these spaces because I've been in rooms where even though we're respected, but if we don't have the credibility, sometimes they're like, and I don't ever want no person, doesn't matter what status you're in, to look at me and be like, but do you really know what you're talking about? I want to be in that room and be like, oh, she in the room. But in a humble kind of way, right? I don't want them to look down on me and be like, oh, she's Pacific Islander. Like, she's just doing this because of vision, but what does she have to back her up? So I know a lot of the communication I'm having with God right now is he's just saying, educate yourself, learn, really learn, but also get into the room with well-respected directors here in New Zealand and see how they work. Learn from them, be on their side and see how they direct. Even writers, see how they write. See, there's always something that you can take and learn from and put it into your craft and try to do better, right? So my main focus for next year is just putting this project together and see how it goes. But right now I'm just in a space of I'm doing a lot of learning. I'm taking a lot of classes.
Yeah.
So a lot of behind the scenes for me at the moment.
Yeah. Put in the work, eh?
Yeah.
To get there. But you're absolutely right, man. Like if I like that kind of attitude. If it's not there, make it yourself.
Yeah.
And that's